Today, I've been having some fun in the kitchen, and my next mission is to recycle right with this mess I've made in my kitchen. Now remember, when you're recycling right on the Sunshine Coast, there's a few golden rules to remember. Keep it simple, keep it clean. Size really does matter when it comes to recycling. And don't forget to keep it safe and keep rethinking. So recycling is great, but keep rethinking about reuse, reduce, and avoiding waste as well. So in the kitchen here, we've got lots of plastics, we've got cardboard, we've got aluminium, steel. I've got all the great things for recycling. So let's have a little bit of a look. So keeping it clean. Do you have to rinse your recycling? Well, no, not really. Just make sure that it's empty of food, drink, and other contents. But I must admit, this meat tray, that's going to get a bit funky in my recycling bin. So I've already done some washing up here. I've got dirty dishwater. So I'm going to give this a little rinse, and that's going to be a lot better for my recycling bin. And don't forget, there are people who sort your recycling. I know there's lots of machines, but there are also people. So a little rinse makes it a bit better for them when they've got to sort your recycling out as well. All right, remember my yogurt pot? Now, this foil can come off. Now that yogurt pot's pretty good, and I even licked the foil. Not too bad, eh? So that yogurt pot can go into the recycling like that. Now your soft plastics, however, cannot go into your yellow lidded recycling bin. What you can do with your soft plastics, that means plastic you can scrunch up in your hand, is take them back to the supermarket and pop them in the soft plastic recycling, something like Red Cycle. Fantastic to get this stuff recycled, but not in your yellow lidded wheelie bin. Okay, remember our foil. I've got the foil lid off my yogurt. I've got a bit of foil here that I've cooked something in. I'm going to shove that inside, wrap it up into a ball so that it bounces through and reacts correctly through our machinery. If it's flat, it's going to float like a piece of paper and go in the wrong direction. But like that ball, it's going to bounce through for me, so into the yellow lidded recycling bin with that one. Now, if you're not sure about your paper and cardboard, with paper, the test to do is the tear test. If it tears, that's good for the recycling. This one was a flour bag. I'm going to scrunch it up a little bit and pop that into the recycling. Even this baking paper, check this out, beautiful. It's not got too much food on it, it's clean enough to go in, so away it goes. Now with my glass bottle here, this is my oil bottle. Now it's finished, I could put it in the recycling, I could even reuse it with a funky plant coming out of it, but I'm going to reuse it again for oil. So I'm going to get myself my big tin of oil that I've bought, I'm going to fill this bottle up again, and then the beauty is when this tin's empty, I can put it into the recycling bin. You can put heaps of large tins. You might have baby formula, you might have a Milo tin. All those large steel tins can go in the recycling bin. Perfect. So I'm going to reuse you. Now this tomato tin, now remember I don't have to rinse it. That one's pretty good. I've tipped out most of the insides. Squeeze it shut, keeps the lid inside, and it's ready for recycling. Don't worry about the label. It's good to go as it is. Now with this spray, this aerosol can go in the recycling, it's empty, but if you can take off the plastic lid, it does help. Remember, size does matter. There's your plastic yogurt pot, there's your plastic lid. That guy's actually too small to make it through our system. We don't worry about the little numbers in the triangles anymore. Those are plastic identification codes. They do tell you the type of plastic it's made of, but not necessarily that our machines can sort it. Our machines can sort plastic bottles and plastic containers that are larger or as large as a yogurt pot. This guy, too small, so unfortunately he's off to the rubbish bin unless you can find a reuse for him. Don't know. If you're really keen, you could even take the nozzle off. I can't even get that off because it's too slippery with oil. So leave it on, pop it into the recycling bin. Now I've got some chicken stock here. You might have long life milk, soy milk. These cartons can go into your recycling bin. You can give them a rinse if you want, but it doesn't matter as long as it's empty. I've taken the little lid off. That lid can go into the rubbish bin. The box can go into the recycling. Try not to squeeze it too much. Keep it in its form so that it reacts correctly through the machinery. Now I've had some pasta that I've cooked up. It has a little bit of plastic as the window, but that's cool. It's not too much. If you want, you can flatten that a little bit and then pop that into the recycling. Perfect, ready to go. Now I've got a few interesting accidents that have happened. One, I've got this poor old coffee cup. Well, it was a coffee cup. It's had a little bit of an accident and it's cracked. You cannot put ceramics, coffee cups, even drinking glasses, they cannot go into our recycling bin. And this guy's definitely not going to even be able to be reused. So whack him into the rubbish bin, unfortunately. Now, I've had a bit of a tragedy where I've burnt the daylights out of my poor old pot and it's not coming back from that. This steel pot cannot go into your recycling bin, but it can be reused. I'm actually going to take the handle off of that, clean it up a little bit in the bottom, and that's going to be my dog's food bowl. It's a great way to reuse some of these steel items. If I didn't want to do that, I could drop it off at scrap metal at one of council's facilities, and it will get recycled, but not in your yellow litter wheelie bin. So when you're recycling, no matter where you are, remember those golden rules. Keep it clean, empty your food and drink and other contents. Keep it simple, keep it safe. Remember, there are people sorting your recycling, and size does matter. Don't go too small with those items that you're trying to put in. And also, even though recycling's great, rethink. Try and reuse, reduce, and even avoid wherever you possibly can, and you'll be recycling right on the Sunshine Coast. We've just had a fantastic party with the kids, but unfortunately, there's a bit of a mess left over. Oh, we got some streamers here too. Now these guys are paper, we can tell because they tear. And all right, these guys look cute, they're a whole lot of fun, but avoid wherever possible. So let's have a look at some of the things we've got left over after this party.